All my life, sacrifice, hustle paid the price, want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why, all my life, I've been grinding all my life, look, all my life, been grinding all my life, sacrifice, hustle paid the price, want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why, all my life, I've been grinding all my life, look, I got everything I said I was gonna get, on my kid, in addition to that fact, I went legit, I'm the shit now, according to the way that I'm positioned, in this biz, it look like I'm just gonna keep on getting rich, know them Westside RSCs is us. LAPD on my dick, I'ma squeeze and bust. If a rap nigga diss, Swiss cheese and bust. All this rap money, nigga, look, I need too much. Money, loyalty, and love, in the dream we trust. You'll be switching up the players on your team too much. Tiny
About being famous, I just want them to pay us. Shout out to the money makers. West Coast gangsters, money makers. Dear Lord, tell me why they wanna hate us. I'm not worried about being famous, I just want them to pay us. West Coast gangsters. Never been one to waste time, deliver our lyrics over a deal with respect baseline. Nothing overnight, everything's take time. Gotta go and make money, so you gotta heat it around your waistline. Not the type of need around me who you scared of raise your family. Too many dying out here, what happened to marriage, living happily, just another sad casualty. Divide and conquer, respect and honor. How you always begging with nothing to offer, times again.
Hey, it's me, Dee Dee. Welcome to the Hookah Lounge. Hey, what's up, Snow? I see you, Big D. Hey, so happy to be here at the Hookah Lounge. Back here partying, grinding all my life. I always say that's my theme song. And then I think about, I forgot where I was going. I forgot what I was doing. Because I could walk in the kitchen and like, what the heck am I doing here? And then, pay us. Gotta give it up to Big Silencia. I love that song, Pay Us. My girl's gonna be a little late. She got off work and she's heading this way. But I hit her like I don't sleep well at night. So I hit her like 3 a.m. because I'm watching one of my podcasts, and the title is If it doesn't feed you, why do it? And one of my New York podcasts, and they were talking. One guy was saying on the show, he's I don't do anything for the money. I do everything because I enjoy what I do. And he's an anger management coach. And then the other one is saying, what do you mean you don't do it for the money? How do you eat? If you don't do what you do for the money, then how do you eat? And it really got me thinking. And I had to hit her and say, oh, this is a show that we have to do. Before we get started, I got to give it up to today is for our lady bosses out there. We're going to do a show after we schedule it. It's the difference between a bad bitch and a girl and a lady boss or a real woman. Because somebody had to correct me because I constantly said I was a bad bee, and he was like, no, you're not, because there's a big difference. So we're going to give it up to lady bosses tonight. But this is a real touchy subject for me, and also for LaLa, because, she's someone who went out and really worked at starting her own business. And it's something that I've had my own businesses, and it gets really touchy. And I really wish that C. Darrell was here, because C. Darrell got on me constantly because I took a lot of time out of writing. And a lot of up and coming authors would send me their manuscripts before publishing, and I would read it to see how it flows. Now to edit, you have to pay me, but just to see how it flows. Yes, LaLa will be here real soon. She just got off work, so she's rushing to get to the show. To see how it flows, how things are going in the book. As a proofreader before they got their books up and coming, and 2 of them are doing really well in their writing right now. I see them constantly. I won't say who they are. And you have C. Darrell will say, why do you constantly do things like this for people and you don't get paid for what you do? And I always have this pay it forward someone read my book, they liked how my book flowed, they liked my character build. So if I can help them, because one lady had put something in the book that just totally, I said, what happened to this one part of the book? You just completely forgot. Is there going to be a part 2? So I would always reach out and help people. And those things I don't mind doing. And then, like your time, people never really put a price on their time or the things that they do. And I have this thing, like, I don't mind taking my time out to do things for people. I really don't. My artwork, my videos, my thumbnails, album covers, the things that I do a lot of things for people. And the one thing that I always will say, I've done a lot of album covers for people. Somebody hit my DM. I barely knew this person, but I was really close to someone that they know. And, I always say, give me a shout out so that it can lead to money for someone else. Now I'll do it for you, but give me a shout out. But this person never shouted me out, never said thank you, never appreciated what I did for them. And those are kind of people you say, do you know how much time that I spend on doing things like that? I don't just use one program to do my artwork or flyers that I do for people just because I know who you are and I don't charge you. Somebody else is going to charge you a lot because I don't do just one program. And that your album cover could have gotten me 2 or more album covers that could have meant like feeding me or, promoting what I do. When I make a video, that's time away, it takes time away from me editing a book that I get paid for, writing my own book, getting on my YouTube. So like when you waste my time, if I do something for you and you waste my time or you're not appreciative for what I do, because it takes time to do the things that I do. And you're going to pay somebody for the things that I do. So it's one of those things that, like if I do something for you and I say, hey, shout me out so that it brings me, it pays it forward to me. Like I did it for you. It's going to cost you $200 for somebody else to do this or $75. And you could bring that back to me. So if I say, just shout me out so that it brings it to me. And when people don't do that, or they're ungrateful, or they wasted the time that I spent, because the things that I do don't come quick. Like I said, I don't use just one program. It does it. If anyone knows anything about graphics, it takes time to get these things done. They don't come easy. And if I do something for you, you've taken away from my YouTube channel, or you've taken away from my Instagram, and I get paid to be on Instagram. So I need to get more active on my Instagram because they pay me to be on Instagram. It takes away from me, like I said, me editing somebody's book, or it takes away from me writing my own book, or advertising my book. And I don't mind doing these things. I'm not a selfish person. I really don't mind taking my time out to do things for other people, but just, you got to understand, when you take things away from me because I'm doing something from you, you're taking away from my table. You're taking away from my income. You're taking away from the things that I do. So when you're ungrateful about it, so when I was listening to these two talk, and I love to do art. My LaLa is here. I love to do artwork. Like I did a video presentation for my in-laws for their 60th anniversary, and my father-in-law called me and was so grateful. And to me, I said, I really enjoyed doing that. To watch your 70 years through marriage, that was enjoyable to me. And they were going to pay somebody to do it. And I said, why would you pay someone to do this when this is something I know how to do? So, those are things I don't mind doing. But when you stop and say you don't give me the shout out so that it pays it forward to me. That's the only thing that I say. So I don't mind doing things for people. I really don't. But when you take away my time, and like, time is money, and there are things that I've done, funeral videos, I've done engagement party videos, I've done things, and that puts food on my table because I'm retired. I'm retired. So I always say, and C. Darrell would get so upset with me, like, why do you take time away from your writing and your book to help somebody else out and they don't pay you? So I don't edit for free anymore. if you need some editing done, that costs, because it takes away from me writing my books. Like when someone came on here and said, Didi, you're an author, and I have all these books, and I have a whole bookshelf of books I've written. That means it takes away from, that means I haven't been on my Instagram enough or my YouTube enough because I'm out helping somebody else. Do you understand? So I want to read this as we wait for LaLa to come in, because this really intrigued me, and I didn't want to get it wrong. I really, really wanted to read it. Hey, beautiful.
Hey, I need some editing done for free 99. How about that?
$3.99?
No, free 99.
Free 99?
Free 99. I need some editing done.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
I know that's right.
Because you would try to be kind to people, because editing is expensive. I mean, you could pay thousands of dollars. I paid so much, and I got my edits back. And when someone read my book and they told me I had editing issues, I was so upset. So that's when I took on editing, because when you pay thousands of dollars and your book is not edited well, and because people put a book through an editing program, and that's how they edit your book. No, send it through the editing program, and then I go back and read line for line. So when I edit your book, I'm not going to send you off looking crazy when your book hits distributing. So and a lot of editors don't do that. I had that same program, but that program doesn't catch certain things.
Right.
So you come to me for editing, not only am I going to send your book through that program, I'm going to now read your book line for line.
You know what? But the thing is, people will pay for what they want to pay for. Like they might try to get free editing from you, but then turn around and pay a grip for something else. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But then when you come out with your book and someone says, ooh, you got editing problems, you're going to wish you had come to me to do your editing. Yeah. Then and I'm not going to charge you thousands of dollars. I honestly charge on how long your book is.
Yeah.
Word for word. And I take it from there, because a lot of people have short books nowadays, not as long as mine. My books... I give you your $9.99 worth.
Right.
Yeah, my books sometimes they'll be $12, but I usually don't charge. That's for the paperback. I charge you like $2 if you get an ebook, $3 on an ebook. You can't beat that.
Right.
And my books are good. So
I used to do the same thing for massage. My massages are $100 off top. But I was giving everybody deals and discounts, and then they come to expect it every single time.
All the time.
When you hear about they didn't pay $300, $400, $500 on some hair, it's like, okay,
And that's why I stopped doing hair, because everybody wants that family discount. Everybody wants that friendship love. And I said, okay, I didn't stay in school long enough to get my license, but I have been doing hair since I was 11 years old. And let me tell you, I can give you a weave and you can't see tracks.
Oh, wow. Okay, I need my hair done.
I stopped braiding hair. I would only do my mom's hair. So, girl, my stylist is coming back in town. He's been since the pandemic. I don't know, it's so way off topic. I cannot wait to get a trim.
Nice.
I met him
pretty long.
It was long. If you look at some of my pictures, girl, he had my hair so long. Oh, I loved it. I met him at the Beverly Center. I followed him to Kim Kimball?
Yeah.
I have followed him everywhere. So, and then he went to Kansas City to visit his parents and got stuck there after the pandemic. So I've been doing my own hair all this time. That's all me. Hey, Ernesto. Nice. But I want to read this because this was really intriguing. So, and I got to really pay attention because I don't have my glasses on. So it says, not all uses of time are equal. And this simple truth can make a big difference in life. People who spend their time doing more profitable work make more money. People who spend their time investing in others build better relationships. People who spend their time creating a flexible career enjoy more freedom. People who spend their time working on high impact projects contribute more to society. Whether you want more wealth, more friendship, more freedom, or more impact, it all comes down to how you spend and value your time. And that was really interesting to me because you really got to kind of break down where do you want to fit in on your work, your value, your time, and where you want to be. You know, because you could build, I'm very flexible. I can start my day at 2:00 in the afternoon, but then I'm up until 5:00 in the evening. So I can be very
You seem to be always up. 2-3 o'clock in the morning, your butt texting me.
That's what I said. I text you like at 3:00 in the morning. I do the same thing to G-Lew. I know G is like, oh my gosh. So I can create flexibility in what I do because, you know, I'm like, I don't go to work every day. I create my own schedule. You know, when you break that down, there are some people who their goal is to be extremely wealthy. So that's the career path that they take.
Right.
And others take that career path with, you know, that they're more on friendship based and helping others. And their path is not really on the amount of money that they're going to make on the things that they do.
Right.
So that's where you kind of ask and you value where does my time fit in?
Right.
And then how do you value your time and what is your work?
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with giving back, but you know, there's a time that, you know, you have to definitely charge. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with giving back, but you still have to make yours, you know?
And that's what I said. It's before you came on, you know, like I always, like there are times like I used to give out a couple of t-shirts to some of the younger girls at school so people could say, hey, where did you get that t-shirt from? And then that's how I would get people to want to buy that t-shirt.
Right.
You know, and that's, you know, like drug dealers say, hey, sample this.
Right.
And that's what, you know, because I come from the hood. That's where I learned that from. You know, so
get them hooked.
You got to get them hooked, you know? And that's sometimes, and sometimes, like I say, sometimes I give out my creativity. So somebody will come and say, hey, can you do a video for me? Can you do an album cover for me? You know, can you do thumbnails for me? Because I've done thumbnails for a lot of people, you know, and it's always like,
what is a thumbnail?
It's when they click on to watch your show on YouTube.
Oh,
so
okay.
when you see like our upcoming shows, that's the thumbnail. Yeah, it is. You got marketing is everything in what you do. The same thing with my books. If I have a new book coming out, like part 2 to a book, I'll either for the week before my new book is coming out, depending on the book or how well it did, I'll, you know, this week, part 1 is 99 cents. Part 1 is free for 2 days only. You know, so that it makes you say, oh, shoot, I like this author. Let me get part 1 so I can buy part 2.
Right.
And that's, you know, marketing is everything. It's everything. You know, a lot of people do, and that's how, you know, you have to value your work. And sometimes, like, if you
having a business plan.
That too. Hey, Westside Judah. Oh, and the return on your investment. People do not get that. And a lot of people don't know how to really figure out the return on their investment. It really depends on what business you're in, because when we sold t-shirts, I used to do this. How much did my t-shirt cost? How much did the printing or the silk screen, how much was the silk screen that I put on it? Or how much did I used to do the iron-ons, how much did that cost? And then you have to know, how do you mark it up to make a profit on that?
Right.
So a lot of people, they don't know how to price their goods.
Definitely.
And then you don't know a return on your investment. Like when you're doing massages, you know how much your oils cost.
Right.
You know how much you need for that hour.
Right.
And then what is the markup on that cost? A lot of people don't know how to do the markups on their cost. And the same thing with me when I'm doing any video. How much did it cost us to scan everything in? Because I have to scan all these photos in. I have to resize all these photos to whatever size that you need. you know, how much time did I put into this? And then I also say, well, if I was doing something else, what would I have made? Like the time it takes me away from writing, editing, or doing something else. Because, you know, I have another author that, you know, I do their work for. And the same thing, like if I'm doing a book, because I do book covers also. If I'm doing a book cover and I know that I can't monopolize on me creating a good book cover, then I have to go buy a book cover. So when I'm pricing my book or somebody else's book, how much did I pay for editing? How much did I pay on book covers? You know, you have to take all that into account when pricing a book. And a lot of authors don't make money because they don't know how to do that. They just say, what did Amazon say my book should cost? And then you run with that. And then you wonder why you never make money as an author.
Right. Yeah, you gotta count everything. I mean, you know, with me and my product, you know, it's labels, you know, it's bottling.
Yes.
You know, it's the cost for everything. It's even cost for keeping the lights on. You know, you gotta add that in there.
Hey, Big Love T. And a lot of people don't understand that either. Like if you're running a business out of your house, do you realize that you need to factor that in? And you can write that off on your taxes. People need to understand that. So.
Nice.
Yeah. And then should you get paid the time you spend on something or the value of your work? And a lot of people don't realize that.
And you have to pay yourself. You definitely have to pay yourself.
And is it the time? Like, let's say I spend 45 minutes on a video, or I spend 25 minutes on a video. Is it the time that I spent on that video, or that book cover, or that slideshow, or even an album cover, or is it the quality of the work that I put out? So then you have to ask yourself, my dog is in the background, is it how long it took? Because what if it took me an hour to make it and it's the best video I made? Or it took me 2 hours to make it and it was kind of okay.
Right.
Because sometimes I'm super artistic. So you have to ask yourself, do I want to get paid by the hour or by how good it came out, the quality of the work? Because what if one day it just took me 15 minutes?
Right.
But
that's
I
a
look
good
at
point
it
right there.
I look at it and say, oh my gosh, this is the best album cover I really did. Or this is the best book cover I've ever done. So sometimes you got to ask yourself, is it how much time and effort I put or the quality of the work that I put out?
Right.
Because what if you get a facial and someone asks for a 30-minute facial instead of an hour massage?
Right.
So it's, you know, it's the quality of what you put out.
Right. That's the reason why I charge what I charge on my massages. You know, it's the quality of my massage. Yes, you can go somewhere else and get a $50 massage, a $60 massage, but is the quality going to be there? Right.
And
you
the
know,
same
I'm
thing with
charging
your, because you know, I have your creams. It's the same thing with your creams. How, are you going to charge on how long it takes to make them? Because I'm about to slather some on. We're done. Or is it how good the product is?
Right. Oh, it's definitely how good the product is over here. You know, because I like to use high quality ingredients in my stuff, as opposed to, you know, other people just putting anything in there. You know,
because I've had some that aren't really good, and then I tried yours, and I can't use anything else. Like no Amazon cream is not going to work as good as your cream. Ernesto, it's in LA. You got to hit me up. So if you're coming to the anniversary, so I can send you an official RSV with the address on it. It's in
I'm looking
LA,
forward
baby.
to that. I am so looking forward to that too.
It's gonna be good music, good food, good beverages. Do not miss it. Everyone gets better. Everyone gets better. I had to do that real quick because I said good beverages. Woo, yeah, don't miss it, Ernesto. If you're in Cali, it's in LA. It's gonna be so much fun. It just gets better every year. So our first one was we had a little small we had pool tables, a bar. What are these little creepy mannequins though? I think they had cameras in them.
Oh no.
I swear I think they did, because it was like it was so festive and fun with these little mannequins. I took a picture with one of them, but we had like this little what are those disco balls?
Yeah.
We had so much fun. Last year we had it in Compton. We were outdoors. It's gonna be indoors this year because it's October. And it might, something about October starts to get a little chilly.
Right.
It's in a hookah bar. That's all I'm gonna tell you. But I don't know if they're gonna give us hookahs that night. I haven't confirmed yet because it's a private party, and sometimes they don't let their hookahs out like that. So
yeah,
but it's nice. So don't miss out.
I am so looking forward to it. It's a few days after my birthday.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. But DM me so that I can get you everyone to get a personal RSV card with the address on it. I'm not shooting out that address. We got to keep it private.
I got you, Big D. I got you.
Oh yeah. I can't get massages anymore because of my spine injury. Probably up here because my neck is. But I love a good foot. Me and my friends used to go get a massage once a month.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always good. I mean, I compare it to, getting a tune-up. You got to get a tune-up on your car, to keep it going. You got to do the same thing for your body.
And I don't want to look like the crypt keeper. So, I told you I was there when they parted the sea. I am older than salt. So, and then, we have to ask ourselves, how do we increase our value? Like, how do we keep getting better at what we do? And I would say,
you always got to stay in the know. That's one thing. A lot of people are afraid of growth. They're afraid of learning. They think they know everything. You can always grow. You can always learn something.
And no matter what you decide to do in life, education. Nowadays, YouTube. Let me tell you, YouTube, I could not get my book to format right. It just, no matter what I did, you know how I learned how to format my books? YouTube.
Wow.
YouTube. Craziest thing ever. And I never, it would always stop mid-page before it went to the next chapter, no matter what I did. And I downloaded programs, the whole Amazon program. I bought programs, YouTube. So you can always YouTube will teach you everything nowadays.
Right.
So,
Big D, are you a Libra or a Scorpio? It's Libra over here. He said his birthday is this month too.
I know. I think his is the following week. Yours is the week before. His is the following week. So it's gonna be all kinds of celebrations. We got a reason to party.
Right.
I don't celebrate birthdays. And I always told my kids when they were growing up and it was their birthday, and I would always tell them to celebrate me because I did all the work. All you did was cry after you were born. And people get back because we get along so well because they always say Aquariuses and Libras, they're soulmates. Yeah. But I don't believe in signs because I have two kids born on the same exact date, 2 years apart, and total opposites. Total opposites. So I say the signs thing, I don't really go for them. They're interesting because I read a lot of books about them. Because it's something I don't know about. I really like to read and learn about it. That's what it says. Increase your value.
Yeah.
If somebody is talking about something I don't know about, I'm gonna go read to learn more.
Yeah.
Just so I don't feel left out of the conversation. I was so bad at that in my life. Be crafty and creative. Like I said, learn from other sources and always go back for education. If you're in that field, like when my best friend started off as the lowest level nurse, and then she just kept learning more and more to where she makes like $35-$40 an hour now. So she kept recreating her value in that field. Right. So it's always best to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, Big D said I'm a nice Scorpio, but I'm not. Yeah, because Scorpios, from what I read, could be very revengeful. But we know you're nice, Big D. I've watched this story and seen how you changed your whole life from beginning to end, which is why I admire you so much. And I look up to people like you because I've really worked at changing my life over these last 10, 15 years. Because what they what they say about my sign also doesn't really fit me because I'm not selfish. And they say Aquariuses only think about themselves and they're really kind of selfish. And I've never been a selfish person.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No,
So that really,
not.
yeah.
I love that purple you got going.
You know, I love purple. I drive you crazy with my purple. Mine too. Purple and gold, baby.
I almost wore my shirt tonight, the same one.
Oh, I love my shirts. I don't have heart to pick on what to wear Saturday nights because I just pull out one of my G-Lew shirts or one of my Hookah shirts. I always just, unless we having a party. Hey, we gotta plan another party night for the show. We gotta do it once a month.
Right. Yeah, I enjoy those shows.
Yeah. And then also, you know, what we have to do is we gotta stop getting comfortable. We get so comfortable in our businesses that we don't expand. So, and that's what every now and again, like I wrote I would say the book that went #1 is my like super ghetto fabulous book. And when my mom read it, it's a hood book. It's I love it was called Love to Hate You, but and then I changed it to Caught Up in His World. She falls for like the ultimate gangster, drug dealer.
Don't we get caught up in other people's worlds? That happens very often.
And that's the book that went #1. And when my mom read it, she was like, "This is so not your writing style." But I wanted to you know, you write to get out your comfort zone. You know. Yeah. And like my first book is nothing like Love Child is nothing like Ramsey's Rising. So I try to get out of my comfort zone. And we get so stagnant in what we know.
Right.
And that's another thing that we have to do is like get out of our comfort zone all the time. You know, when it comes to our videos, I'm always in my comfort zone. They're always the same. I don't change it up. But like with G-Lew, I'll change up the videos and every now and again I'll do something like way out and then he'll be like, "Damn, Dee." Because I just felt like getting out of the comfort zone of the way that there's just a style that I do for his videos. There's a style I do for our videos. And sometimes I'll get out and I'll be up and just want to do something different. And he'll be like, "Damn, Dee, like that was different than what."
That's the way you grow when you get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way that we grow.
It is. And, you know, because I do videos for other people, I change up whatever they want me to do. So when I'm doing something for somebody else, you tell me the details on what you want. And then that's what I do. Nothing is ever exactly the same. Ladies, I'm still learning. And it's a blessing to learn from you, smart, beautiful ladies, very educated.
Thanks, Big D.
You are so special, Big D. Thank you. And you know what? No matter how old you get, I
appreciate that. You
have to learn. And you can learn from somebody younger than you.
Right.
And that's the thing we don't understand. Like when our youth come to us and they tell us stuff, we're like, you can't teach me nothing. And my sons teach me a lot. And they're younger than me. Sometimes my son will come and tell me something. I was upset the other day and the little 21-year-old came in here and said something so calming. And so it just changed my whole mindset.
Right.
Like,
right. Isn't that a blessing? Yes.
I had to sit back and just take comfort that sometimes I have sons that I raise and I was like, how the heck did I raise you? Because I don't know how. I think it's because I gave them the Bible at such a young age.
Amen.
And they come in and like immediately my whole mindset relaxed.
Right.
And how can a 21-year-old do that? You know? Because I was really upset. Like really. And I don't get upset often. And it was something really kind of trivial. And he was like, Mom. So we can learn from our youngsters. And then
definitely
there's so much that they're learning in this new age that we don't know. You know, so we have to sometimes stop and think. And then there's still someone that you may have only known. I love Monica. She sends me Bible scriptures.
She's always sending. I love it.
And sometimes it's right at the moment I needed it.
Right.
You know, and it fits into something I'm going through. So, but there somebody that you know, people always say, no new friends. And I hate
that saying.
I hate it too. Because I still have my best friend from high school. We still talk. And then I have my best friend I've known for 25 years.
Mhm.
But when you say no new friends, you don't invite, like I would know you.
Yeah.
So
You would think that we've known each other for a long time.
I know.
Yeah, you really would. Sometimes you outgrow people, and it's not really an insult, but you know, some people stay stagnant, and if you're moving forward, you know, sometimes you got to cut ties, you know, or not necessarily cut them all together, but you know, have your space.
There are people that are brought into your life for a season,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody understands it, and it's not a bad thing. Like they're there, people are there by roots. Some people are there for a season, and the Lord brings them into your life for a season, and that's all it was meant to be.
Right.
And you know, you love and you appreciate that, because I have several friends that we were so close.
Mm-hmm.
My friend told me that even to this day, it says in my past, like when they ask you like certain questions, like who's your childhood best friend, and I say Tonetta, and that was my childhood best friend, and we were hanging out about 6 years ago, and she was like, "Dang," my boy said, "Dang, how did you two drift apart?" And you know the funniest thing, because she kept it as real as possible. You know what she said? Because I started getting high, and she and she and she wasn't with it. The realest thing. So she was my season. She did.
Yeah.
We were just entering high school, and she became a pothead, and that just wasn't for me. It was no reason that we didn't fall out. We didn't have no beef. It was just your path just went a different way.
Definitely.
You know, so some people are just here for a season.
Right.
So,
and it's not about judging or anything like that. It's just what's best for you, you know?
And that's the same thing with, like, if somebody's not gonna, the same thing, if someone's not gonna help you do better in life, you know, like, why are you doing it?
Right.
And I just couldn't be, I just, in going to high school,
habit. A lot of people just do it out of habit.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's always been. But no, sometimes that person is holding you back, you know, from where you're trying to go.
Right. And you just have to know, and you know, we run into each other here and there because we know the same people. And if she needs, she would call me once a year for this one specific thing, and I would always look her up. So we're still, you know, it was just our time was up.
Right.
Yeah. So,
girl, why do my dog know how to knock? You would think somebody is at the door. I had to put him in the room because he's barking like he's back there knocking. I really want to see him do that one time.
That is hilarious. They're smarter than we give them credit for. I feel them all the time. So mine is laying here knocked out on the bed. He just got to get camera time.
I can barely see it. How many pounds is he?
Maybe 12.
Yeah, same with mine. Same color and everything.
Oh yeah. My son said he looks like a lamb. Oh, thank you so much, Big D. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Big D.
You know, they say time is money and money is time. I used to say that all the time. My time is money.
Right.
And I used to say that
both
when
I need to set up a massage with me soon, before the 15th. Oh, definitely set one up. You can get one. You can definitely get one. It's all about pressure.
And it's my spine. I have a slip disc, and I have no cushion between my discs. So when you touch my back, I jump out the sky.
And see, that's the thing. I don't necessarily have to touch it. You know, I also use TENS therapy. So I don't know if you ever heard of TENS. Okay, so you have. So I use TENS therapy, and we can use TENS therapy in that area. I got you.
I missed that TENS therapy.
Oh yeah,
I got the medical go back. Yeah, that's what I used to have. Yeah. And then Obama changed up all the medical insurance.
He gave out free phones.
I tell people with them free phones, Obama is tracking everything y'all are doing.
Oh, you
on
gotta
them free
be
phones.
You gotta be careful. You got to.
So I got my sister one of them free phones. So Oh, you know when I say time is money and money is time, I always have to ask people, how much time are you wasting or giving away?
Mm.
You know, a lot of times, because I'm a procrastinator. And I had this really bad in my personal life. Like, there's things that I need to do. I am such a procrastinator. Like, if you could see all this mail I need to open up right now, it's a shame.
Right.
You know,
I got a drawer for that. I throw it in that drawer.
I have a file system. Like, I say, this has been opened. This needs to be paid. This needs to be filed. And then this shelf right here is your girl. If you don't open this mail.
Right. I gotta stop doing that because I did
Me
with
too.
the lights, with the gas. You come home and stuff is off, and you know what? It affects your credit. I didn't even know that.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, definitely. It affects your credit.
It does. I didn't know that either. It took me years to realize that. And it's like, you know how much money you're losing on the when it comes on business. I'm not super bad with it. I have become lately because I have 2 chapters to write on my book. I don't finish those last 2 chapters, but I'm always doing something for somebody else. With either I'm editing a book, I'm doing a book cover, I'm doing, you know. So I said, after this show, I'm gonna finish editing this book and finish my book and just think about like getting my YouTube channel back up. Finish doing my, you know, I used to love doing my sneak peeks and my book reviews. And I said, go back to that because you're so busy not taking care of Dee Dee, you know. So I like editing people's books, you know.
Yeah, we
like
have to sit down and talk about it because a couple people have told me lately that I need to write a book or whatever. I would love to have. Of course, I can't write it myself,
but I tell a lot of people that when they ask me how to get started and what to do, and I keep telling them, if you don't know how to format it, I will help you format it, and then they never get back to me. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Just start writing, and I can help you format. You know, if that's not the hard part. The hard part is I can't get out of your head what you want on the paper.
Exactly.
You know, so I can help with all the other stuff. You know.
Yeah. And see, that's what I need to do. I need to get some timelines. You know, on when things happen because you know your memory. You know, so I need to get some timelines.
And I used to have a schedule that told me each day what video I needed to record. And I need to get back to that. You know, I just have a list of things that have to be done and by what day it has to be done, but I haven't put YouTube up there. So I'm going to add my YouTube videos back up there because I was really building my channel. And I just, I got sick. I got sick and then I broke my hand and I couldn't do my hair and I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go on YouTube. I come on here with crazy hair though, don't I? Everybody here loves me though. They were like, "I didn't never comb their hair."
It's shining.
Yeah, Big D, I will help you. You got an amazing story, and I will help. And I have a publishing company also. And I'm not the way I got done by 2 publishing companies. I would never take. You know, they took 60% of my royalties.
Oh wow!
And I would never do that to anybody.
You are a jack of all trades.
Oh. I kept learning how to do things. You know, after I got done by 2 publishing companies, I learned this is not going to happen to me anymore. It's just not. I'm going to learn how to do all this, and then paying for editors and book cover. Like I said, if there's a book cover I don't think I can really do justice to, I will go buy one. But I've gotten in with people that do book covers, and I pay from as little as I rarely pay $25 because those are janky book covers, from $50 to $200 for a book cover. You know,
wow.
Yeah, I got a new writer, and he's coming out with his book cover is amazing. And I just couldn't do justice to what I wanted to his book cover, so I went and bought one. Oh, it's so amazing. Yeah.
Nice.
So
that's the same way I was with massage. You know, I worked at a company. And, you know, where they're charging, you know, for different types of massage, you know, it could be $129 massage. But by the time it trickles down to me, you know, $40, $40 for $129 massage. Are you kidding? you know,
and then you hope the person tipped you well so you can add to that, you know? Yeah.
And that's exactly what she told me. She said, well, you're going to get tips. I'm going to get tips regardless. You know, if 100% is coming to me or not, I'm going to get tips regardless. That has nothing to do with what you're paying me for a massage.
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing with working for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's after our show last week, I talked to Monica, and then I saw it after I talked to her that they have to now in California, you have to now post people's wages so that you like if we're doing the same job.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. Because that's
what do you mean by that when you say post for different genres?
If let's say you and I are doing the same job, working for the same company, and a male is making 10% more than me, and I didn't know that. So now in the state of California, everybody's you have to post what everybody is making.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but you know, it matters if somebody's been there for a long period of time, or if they came in with more experience, you know, than somebody else. They should be getting paid a little bit more.
But that's a little different if we got hired on the same exact day and you make more because you're a male. You know, that's it. Like on our job, we all got paid exactly the same wage. And unless you did start sooner and you got the cost of living wages, and I hadn't gotten those cost of living wages yet. Or you're step 5 and I'm step 3. That was the only way your wages were different.
Yeah.
You know, but we used to get upset because you're lazy and you get paid the same amount I get paid, and I'm constantly on the board, or I'm constantly in restraints and you just standing there, or you let 2 people start fighting and I had to come break up that would get us upset. Why? Or I was making the same amount of money as somebody on the hill, and I'm in the compound with the kids going to prison, and you're just working with kids that are going to court. Where is my danger pay? Can I get some danger pay?
Yeah.
And after I left, they actually did start giving them that extra percentage, because so many people were getting hurt in that building, and the union finally fought for it. I was like, all those years, I never got danger pay. But it was, you know, you got to really pay for the job that someone is doing. And I think, you know, don't short me on pay, and you and I are doing the same job, start the same day, and you get 10% more because of our
gender.
Yeah. Our gender. Yeah. So that was a good thing I saw come up.
Nice.
So that was a nice thing to find out. So
I like the little music in the background.
I told you, Lou, that was so fun when you added that. At first only I thought I could hear, and I was like, I watched the playback. I said, I love this.
Right.
I wanted to add, you know, like really taking your passion into, because our time is almost up. You know, me and you will talk forever. You know, how to take your passion, something you love to do, like me starting to write books. I actually wrote that first book to kind of get my faculties together, to put mind into writing. I had to learn a whole lot of things all over again. So the first book was really not to get published until my mom and my sister read it, and they were like, oh my gosh, this is like a real book. This is not like you scribbling. It was a real book. Right. And then I sent it off, and I don't know, I got signed so fast it shocked me. But how do you take that passion? You know, passion is your energy, and it's a feeling of power. You know, and you have to focus on that to anything that really super excites you, take it to the next level. And how do you do that? How do you get it to because a lot of times people do this and they're all over the place. I was just blessed that I had a publisher, and she was a writer, so she had me rewrite that first 5 chapters, because she had taught me those first 5 chapters have to grab somebody in, or they're not going to finish your book. She said, I love this storyline that you're going with, but I need you to rewrite that first 5 chapters so that as soon as I read it, it grabs me.
Right.
So that someone finishes it, because I wouldn't have known that. You know, like with music, if I listen to a song in the first 30 seconds, I'm not into it. I'm not going to finish listening to it. Right. So then it made sense to me. So and a lot of times people it's not in the music or writing field. So how do you get somebody else to focus on taking their passion or their dream into something else? I only came with 5 things because I can give you 20. Because I started my own business. And I told you how I got my t-shirts going. I went to high school and was given a few shirts. Like my sons would give shirts to their friends.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how, and then at work, like some of the cutest girls, you find the prettiest girls at work and you give them shirts. Always. You know,
yeah,
and then that's how you start really making.
They think you're being nice, but that's free advertising.
It's free advertising, you know, and I'm not like trying to be mean to anything, but the prettiest girls with the nicest bodies, and they gonna wear that shirt to the mall, to anywhere that they go, and someone's gonna say, "Oh, I love that shirt," and then that's how I did that one. So I can really, I started a couple of businesses, so. You know, one thing you have to really do is dream big, but start small. People always think like I'm jumping from A to W, and you cannot do that.
Right.
So start small and plan carefully. I got a bunch of notebooks. Get your notebook and research. And you have to research what it is that you're doing. How many businesses are out there with what you're doing? And, you know, how profitable is that business that you're doing, and what your competition is going to be, and how can you be better than your competition?
Right.
Because you can go on, drive down Crenshaw, everybody got t-shirts to sell.
Right.
So you got to pick and choose your business wisely. And I tell everybody, please keep your day job.
Oh, for sure. You have to. That's what I was thinking about when I started my business. You know, I didn't see anybody else out there that was actually making cannabis creams that were natural, you know, all natural. Like I said, with the exception of scent on mine, it's 98% natural. Nobody else is doing that. You don't want to go to work smelling like...
And that smells as good as you do, as yours does.
Yeah, thank you. But you don't want to go to work smelling like that. You don't want to go smelling like weed. You don't want to go smelling like Bengay. You know, no disrespect to Bengay, but you don't want to go to work smelling like that.
Or get in the bed next to your partner smelling like you're 75 years old. So that's...
And I'm going to tell you a little secret. One of the reasons why I did that, I was dating a younger guy. And one night, I put on my Bengay. And he made a comment. He started calling me Bengay. Oh, I was so hurt. I was trying to play it off.
See, how'd I know? You know, because I always like to smell good. Yes.
Right.
I have
that age gap. Yeah. And
I was like, especially going to bed, whether it's gonna be sexy night or not, you still want your sheets to always smell good. You want to always smell good. So when you
that Bengay killed it.
Girl. Oh my God. You want to break down your big goals into manageable chunks. Everybody has this. Your goals are sometimes not attainable really quick. So you have to set goals you can meet immediately. You know, everybody makes a 5-year plan, and it drives me insane. Make a month to month to month to month, because you will get so discouraged in business. If your goal is so far attainable, you'll give up, get discouraged, says it's not going to work. So always,
I think it's fine to make those goals once you make that 5-year goal, even a 2, 5, 10-year goal. But then you go and you break it down into, a year or 6 months or a month. Well, on down to day to day.
Yeah, that's when you do the use your time travel plan for tomorrow. Once you launch your business, then you sit back and then once you launch your business, take a step back to think what you'd like your company to look like in 2 years. Then you say, okay, now that I know what I want to do, I set my plans in motion. Then this is what I want to accomplish in 2 years. You know, because that's why I made the mistake in my first business, where I was all over the place. I knew it was called Customized for You, and I knew what I wanted it to be. And my mind was so set on where it was going to go that I didn't take the proper steps to get it there. You know, I went out and I bought all the silk screen stuff. I had spent so much money on where I knew where it should be in 2 to 5 years that I didn't take the steps to get where I needed it to be. And then I also had a printer who, like, my big orders, you know, who would print my big orders, but I didn't stop and take the smaller steps. So I had to step back, and then I changed it to Styles by Nina, where I knew, set this business plan out, do what you know, and that's when I learned how to slow down, turbo.
Right.
Take your time. Because what really killed me is I had done an order for the sheriff's department, and that order was so big because you weren't ready to take an order from the sheriff's department yet.
Right.
And it just, you know, and I lost so much money doing that order. So I wasn't ready yet, but I was jumped into, yes, I can. No, slow it down a little bit. Hey, LaLa. Right. Yeah, so that's where I made the mistake of jumping into the ocean when I should have been, you know, wading in the shallow end of a 3-foot pool.
Right,
you know? Right. And that's why I said I learned. I made so many mistakes on that first business, you know. And you have to, you know, like, that's what I mean, like, focus on your strengths. Yeah. You know, before you just jump out there. And I wasn't at that point because I have been doing family reunions. You know, that's why I was Customized for You. I did sororities, you know, so I thought, you know, I'm doing so well at this. Of course I can handle the shares. And that order came in. Oh, it just, I like that
name, Customized to You.
Yeah, because I could customize any shirt that you wanted. I had just started getting into graphics, and anything that you wanted, I could. So, like I said, sororities, family reunions, just, and then like I did custom T-shirts for the schools, you know. So they would come up with little sayings. Like, there's a lot of cliques in school, so they would come up with these little sayings, and I would put them on the shirt. So I could do all of these things. But that sheriff's department order came in, and it almost bankrupted me.
So how did it work out in the end with that?
I got the order done because I had a printer downtown LA, and he would do all of, because I also did T-shirts for the job. I made jackets and sweaters where it would have the badge on it, your name. It would put your name on it, so I did those also, and that is what saved me when I switched into Styles by Nina.
Okay.
That business saved me. But like I said, that, and then when the lady only paid me the deposit, she didn't finish paying me the whole order. So, and then I don't have any collection agency to go after her for the rest of the money. So that's why I said I jumped in so deep, because I looked into where my business should be in 5 years, not where my business was right then. I should have stayed with those. Just keep doing the family reunions. Just keep doing, you know, things like that. But when I got so excited when I got that order, like, how, you know, and I got it because I was somebody's wife worked for them that I knew, and she had heard about all the stuff that I was doing. And then at the end, she had said she didn't approve the design on the shirts, and why did you take the shirts? And that's how she ended up not paying me. Yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess. So that's why I said, take your time when you jump into things like this, and don't be so. I should have turned down that order because it was too large, and I only got the deposit, which only paid. What it did is it paid for all of the things that I had to buy, and then I had to pay my printer out of pocket.
Okay.
Yeah. So I really learned, but you learn in business. When you make mistakes, you learn, you pick yourself up. And I didn't quit. You know, I And I didn't want to keep going by that name because she had started disparaging my company. And I just went in, I got a new DBA, and I started over with Styles by Nina. And when I started with Styles by Nina is when I started making the custom design shirts.
Yeah.
And I still kept doing the family reunions and things like that. And then, you know, like when people die, you make their shirts or, so I had a whole little, but I wanted to branch a little bit away from there and just do my own branded shirts. So yeah. I had a lot of cute sayings of shirts. I still have some that are left over. Nice. Like I had Troublemaker. Oh, I love Troublemaker because that was me. So, yes. Oh, good night, Big B. Yeah, we're going to wrap up that also. We're, you know, our hour. But yeah, just, you know, and start, you know, also start a business, how you have to get into, you know, getting your own bank account, your DBAs, everything like that. So it was and then you don't want anything disparaging on your company. So that's why I switched over. And, you know, she was pretty big in the sheriff's department. So I just, and I said, never again will I do law enforcement. Ever.
Right.
Ever. So, and I even turned over all of the stuff that I did for my job to this other guy at the job. I gave him all of my stencils and everything. I stopped doing the job also. I wanted nothing to do with that type of work ever again.
Right.
It put such a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah. So, and then he started making a lot of money doing this stuff for the job. Because it's lucrative, because a lot of us want our names, you know, because a lot of people steal our jackets. Like I was able to put everybody's names on their sweaters or their jackets or things like that. So I just switched over, and I just really wanted to concentrate on my line of clothes. Right. Yeah. So, but this was, you know, if it doesn't make you money, if it doesn't honor you, if it doesn't value you, why are you doing it?
Right. Exactly.
That was the point of this show, and how to like really better yourself, how to become more creative, and don't stay stagnant in the things that you do. And like C. Durrell would say, stop doing stuff for free, Dee.
Yeah, I love this idea. This is a good show. I liked it. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop texting you at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, girl, that is okay, because you know I turn my ringer all the way down. If I'm up, I'm gonna check it and I'm gonna, you know, respond back. So please keep texting me. It's fine.
No, I you know, when I really don't feel good, I learned how to put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? Some people didn't figured it out on my end. If you call a couple of times, it'll go through. I'm like, okay, well, I know who to block. You know.
I didn't know that.
Yes. If you call it, if you have it on Do Not Disturb and somebody call you twice back to back, it's gonna go through.
Oh, well, what is Do Not Disturb for?
Exactly. So what
don't
you
do
have
that
to do is those people that you know is gonna do that, go ahead and block them. You know, for the time that you need to.
Yeah, because sometimes I went, was it last week or the week before? My head hurt so bad that just my dog moving on the bed, I was like, stop. My phone was on Do Not Disturb for like 3 days. So, oh yes. But
I enjoyed myself, Miss D. I'm about to go see if I can pick up a shift.
Thank you. I love you more is what I text you, right?
Yes.
Thank you guys for hanging out.
You know my birthday coming up. I'm trying to get prepared.
I wish I could pick up some overtime somewhere. My son told me to advertise on Fever.
Where?
On like Fever. I don't know what it's called, but he was like, Mom, everything that you do, you need to start going by word of mouth and go by people that about to pay you your work. That's another reason why we did this show. I need to get paid my work. So, and all this, I done gained like 10 pounds. So all this is worth a lot. I needed that 10 pounds, my sister-in-law said. So thank you guys for joining us. We love you. If you missed it, go watch the beginning of this show all the way to the end, because we had some great advice. So
yes. Yes,
G-Lew, if you out there, play that wonderful bean. Put it. I love you, girl. Thank you so much. And then,
right.
I gotta get with you. Call me when you get off.
Okay.
All right, we got some.
All my life, sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look, I got everything I said I was gonna get on my kid. In addition to that fact, I went legit. I'm the shit now, according to the way that I'm positioned. In this biz, it look like I'm just gonna keep on getting rich. Know them Westside RSCs is us. LAPD on my dick, I'ma squeeze and bust. If a rap nigga diss, switch cheese and fuss. All this rap money, nigga, look, I need too much. Money, loyalty, and love, in the dream we trust. You'll be switching up the players on your team too much. Tiny
being famous, I just want them to pay a shout out to the money makers. West Coast gangsters, money makers. Dear Lord, tell me why they wanna hate us. I'm not worried about being famous, I just want them to pay us. West Coast gangsters. Never been one to waste time, deliver our lyrics over a deal with respect baseline. Nothing overnight, everything's take time. Gotta go and make money, so you gotta heat it around your waistline. Not the type of need around me, who you scared of, where's your family? Too many dying out here, what happened to marriage, living happily, just another sad casualty. Divide and conquer, respect and honor. How you always begging with nothing to offer, times again.
Hey, I'll be back here partying. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday with us here on the Hookah Lounge. Like G-Lew always says, you could have been any place in the world, but you spent this time with us. If you missed last night's show, we had a party. Go back and check that out. If nothing for the music, y'all be bringing in the best request. I'm always scared to put in a request of my own because it'll be the one that shuts us down. Oh, I should have worn my West Coast hat tonight. That's what shut us down. And don't forget, tomorrow, our favorite show, always, Oldies Rule Forever. Thanks a lot for joining us again. Peace, happiness, and hair grease. Love y'all. Thanks a lot for joining us. I truly appreciate all the love and support that we get here on the Hookah Lounge. Friday night interviews and Oldies Rule Forever. Y'all have a great weekend. Peace and love.